Hello everyone, welcome to the Kenya Anarchist. I am your host, the Grandmaster, and today we discuss the call to occupy Northlands by the Kenyan Gen Z movement and the need to dismantle the Kenyatta crime family. In the corruption index in the Republic of Kenya, the Kenyatta family is second to none as they plunder the national resources with an iron fist. The corruption issues we now experience in the country was a full responsibility of Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. He failed to show excellent example by grabbing land and displacing the community in Northlands and Ichaweri. Many leaders of Mount Kenya have constantly blamed the Kenyatta family for grabbing Mau Mau land, but fear the actions of vengeance and the political ramifications that could follow, including the personal attacks. But all hope is not lost in the generation of Z, which is ready to hold leaders accountable and correct the historical discourse. The call to have Kenyatta crime family return the land grabbed from the people is an old call. It resonates with most leaders in Mount Kenya region. The call, however, was muted until 2022 during the presidential election of William Samoei Ruto.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua said he was happy to see the former First Lady showing intent to help Mau Mau fighters. But the DP said if the former First family was sincere, she should have, alongside her family, surrendered half of the Kenyatta family land to the Mau Mau families and their children.
Nimefurahi sana kuona watu jana wakisema wanafikiria sana vile watasaidia watu ya Mau Mau.
In the reign of Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, the country was littered with political assassinations, massive looting, scandals, gun violence, and especially towards the Luo nation, including enormous propaganda. Kenyatta's rise to power was hourly attributed to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. When the time, Oginga Odinga was the preferred presidential candidate for a country that has just gained independence from the British. During his reign from 1968 to 1978, Jomo Kenyatta was blamed and never embraced any form of multipartyism, as he was always elected and opposed and continued to suppress democracy and dissenting voices. Jomo Kenyatta was not pro-democracy by any means. He treated the country as his asset, looting with absolute impunity and not taking responsibility for his actions. Perhaps the most visible display of political vengeance in Kenya's regime was the 1969 Kisumu massacre. In the massacre, hundreds, if not thousands, of people were murdered in the cold blood for expressing their opinion in prevailing political climate. Jomo Kenyatta was not the light of the nation. His name should never fool you, but instead he was an opportunist who took advantage of the country, grabbing land, stealing public resources, promoting tribalism.
Oginga Odinga refused to listen to his aides who advised him against attending the function. But according to them, Jaramogi felt a strong attachment to the hospital since it was built by his Soviet Union friends.
Hell broke loose when pro-KPU youth clashed with those supporting the Kenya African National Union, KANU.
But what broke the camel's back was when someone hurled a stone at the main dais, something that prompted mass shootings as presidential guards rushed
and killing people based on their tribe and political affiliations. His insatiable appetite for land led to displacement of many native Kikuyu tribes to Rift Valley. At the same time, he grabbed the strategic pieces of land in the wider Mount Kenya region. Picking from his father's footsteps, Uhuru Kenyatta was no better when it comes to plundering national resources, but he also kept his power by consistently attacking and manipulating the media. His insane political hatred and lack of ideas turned him into labeling his political opponents as bullies instead of selling his ideas to the people of Kenya. As a master of double-speaking, Uhuru was among those who initially supported intervention of International Criminal Court to investigate the 2007 post-election violence. As the investigation turned on him, Uhuru quickly blamed Raila, calling him a bully and insinuating that he now prefers Kenyan-grown capacity rather than imported capacity.
Huyo ndio ule mtu ambaye anawaambia wa Kenya na kivunja usikie, kwa sababu mimi siongei juu ya watu wa Nyanza province. I am not talking about a community. I am not talking about laws. I am talking about a specific man by the name of Raila Amolo Odinga who does not want peace for this nation. And that is not hate speech. I am describing a person. Hata nikimwita Kimondo, Nation leo mumesema is a bully. That is what the man is.
If the Gen Z movement was to be honest, they need to start by occupying Kenyatta family and homes of ministers who worked during his reign to recover the proceeds of corruption during Uhuru's tenure. His handling of corruption cases was the most lenient of any president in history, often supporting the looters of public funds and protecting them from public scrutiny. Uhuru Kenyatta never allowed the prosecution of Anne Waiguru. Anne Waiguru stole billions from NYS coffers. He used his presidential privilege to protect her, while the taxpayers got overburdened by increasing weight of corrupt individuals. Uhuru used the presidential privilege, the judiciary, and even the police to go after opposition just for acting as whistleblowers during the heat of Eurobond scandals. In the scandal shy of 400 billion Kenyan shillings, the head of state could have used the opportunity to ask thought-provoking questions and bring looters to book. His strange response to whistleblowers indicate that President Uhuru Kenyatta had a hand in Eurobond scandal. Kenyans need and deserve answers to what happened to all these monies. Justice can be delayed, but it should eventually be served. And the only justice in this case is letting the Kenyatta family pay for the percentage of Eurobond that was diverted from development projects into their own pockets. Uhuru Kenyatta needs to come clean on sale of Telkom, and the Kenyan government should revisit and publish all the associated details. Uhuru Kenyatta needs to come clean on KEMSA and COVID-19 billionaires and answer Kenyans' call about where the money went. Uhuru Kenyatta needs to answer allegations of the Pandora Papers and explain to Kenyans why he needed to steal and stash billions of shillings that belong to the public development projects. It is time to act, and Gen Z movement need answers.